Welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought it would be a really fun video to share with you guys what I would create for my bride makeup look and if I ever got married and what my makeup would look like as a bride. I've been seeing these videos all over TikTok and I've just wanted to create a makeup look like this, and I thought it would be really fun to film it and put it onto my YouTube video. I feel like I'm going to go for like quite a subtle bride look because that is what I love the most, subtle eye makeup looks. I do have my stuff in a basket here that I'll be using for today's makeup. It does look like quite a bit, but it's actually not a lot inside. I've just put it in a massive hamper because I always prefer having it next to me because it's easier to grab. But that is what I'm going to be filming today. I hope you enjoy watching this. I can't wait to see what bride look I will be creating. Before I start, I am actually going to prep my eyes because I still haven't done that because I thought it'd be more fun if I shared it with you guys. I'm going to be using my favourite concealer to prep my eyes with, and that is the Lasting Perfection concealer. This is such a good concealer to prep your eyes with if you ever want to prep your eyes before you put your eyeshadow on, as it's just the perfect shade for it, to be honest. Like, it's not too dark, it's not too light or bright, it's just that nice in the middle. I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and just blend it in my eyes. I'm going to be using some brushes that I've never used before, and that is the Doll Beauty brushes. I actually got this in a bundle with Claymana when they was live the other day, and I'm really intrigued to see what these brushes are like. I think this is a blending brush and this is a sculpting brush if I remember correctly. I do actually have the live bundle that I got over on my TikTok if you want to go and check that out, and I will upload it to my shorts on YouTube if you also want to go and have a look at that. And that is everything that came inside. I just think it's so cute. Like, honestly, look at the packaging. It's just stunning, and I do not honestly know why I've never tried it before because these are actually really soft brushes as well, and I love only using soft brushes. So I'm going to use the sculpting brush to blend in my concealer onto the base of my eyes just because it will work really well. I normally use a flat brush, but I thought I would give this a go and switch up my Made by Mitchell brush. I do honestly still need to clean them. I started cleaning a few of my brushes last night, but I just have so many, so I need to actually take an evening and just clean them all, and I'm sure I will clean them all very soon. I have just put that on my eye like that instead of the back of my hand, but if I was to do this on any bride I would put it on the back of my hand first. I'm literally just going to put that all over my eyelid. I love prepping my eyes before I do my eyeshadow now. It just makes such a difference in the way your eyeshadow glides on. I've always wanted to use like a primer or something to set my eyes with, and I just could never do it. And then when I went to my hair and makeup beauty course, it honestly changed like the way I do my makeup with how I just prep my eyes before I do my eyeshadow. I always knew that that was a thing, but I just never actually done it and didn't learn the techniques to it. So I learned like some new techniques at my course that I already knew, but I just wanted to try it out, and it was a really fun course and I do really want to go back on another course like that. I'm just carving out a little bit of my brows so it's the same. You don't actually need to do this, but I love carving out my brows. And this sculpting brush by Doll Beauty is actually really good, and now I just want the whole collection. Is it just me, or when you see like makeup like this or something like this you just want the whole collection? Because I always get so addictive to buying makeup and just want the whole collection, which is actually so bad because I generally have no space for it. Like, they're my Alex drawers and I just can't fit everything inside. I'm going to be using this powder, and it's W7 Bright Eyes Under and Brightening and Setting Powder. As I've said a million times, I got this from Devon at a beauty outlet, and I'm going to Devon in like a couple of weeks, so I will be going back to that outlet, and you best believe I will be stocking up on so many of these because this is actually a really good powder to use. For my eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be using this Morphe eyeshadow brush that I've had for the longest time, and it is well loved. But like I said, I will, in my previous videos, I will be getting some more Morphe brushes, but it just won't be this one, unfortunately, because I cannot find it anywhere. I don't know whether they've discontinued it or they just don't sell it anymore, because I honestly have been searching high and low and I can't find it. The only brushes that I actually use to put my eyeshadow on is the Morphe brushes, and when I use a different brush it always throws me off. So I do want to actually get some makeup brushes by Morphe for my client kit, because I just feel like I'd be so much more confident in using Morphe brushes. Don't get me wrong, I do use it like using other brushes, but I just prefer Morphe brushes because I find that they blend out nicer and it's just really easy to use. Like, I will use other brushes, but I'm just so fussy on what brush I use, because I just find when you find a good brush that you use for your eyes, it just works well for you. But I will venture out using other brushes. I do really also want to try the Peel Louise brushes, because they're also meant to be really good. When I was on my beauty course, I did actually use other brushes. Like, I used the Made by Mitchell eyeshadow brushes, and they were also really good as well. I do use the Made by Mitchell angled brush for my eyeliner, which I do love. Like, the Morphe brushes just have my heart, but I do love using like other brushes as well. But I will always just go back to Morphe because that is what I've always ever known. Like, I've been using Morphe since I was like 15, and it's just my favourite brand ever. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow, and it's by Peel Louise. It is the Bride to Be eyeshadow palette, and I feel like because this is a bride makeup look on what I would do if I ever got married and what makeup I would use, I would generally use the Peel Louise, because I feel like that is an essential for your eyeshadow. It's generally not just an essential, you can use other eyeshadow palettes, but these ones are meant to be really good. And I do actually have the bigger version of the Wedding Wish in my makeup client kit, but this is just a little mini one that I was going to put in my client kit until I kept it for myself, because there was a discount on Peel Louise's live on TikTok, and I bought the bigger one for £20 and it was actually £40, which I think is so good. I'm going to start off with using the lighter shades and just working my way in with the browner shades and just make it look really soft and Pinterested bridal makeup, because I didn't actually have an idea of what I wanted. I was just going to wing it, but I do actually want to make this look good, so I'm not going to wing it. I'm just going to start off with these two colours and mix it. I do have an idea of what I want to create now. I think it's just going to be really subtle. Outer the corner of the eye and just work my way in with the softer shades. These Peel Louise eyeshadow are just so good, like they blend in so well, and I always actually forget how pigmented these ones are too. I also think if you're just starting off makeup, then these are definitely worth buying and trying, because it was also really affordable as well, and I got all three Peel Louise in a bundle with a little bit of a darker brown just to build it up. Like, if I got married one day, I definitely would have a subtle eye effect. I watched TikTok and this girl actually done her own makeup for her wedding day, and I honestly do not know how she would have done that. Like, I'd stress so much if I did my own makeup for my wedding day. Like, I would need someone else to do it, even though I probably would do it on my own, but I just am so bad at timings, and I think I'd probably be late for my own wedding, because I honestly spent hours on my makeup and doing my makeup if it was like proper full glam with lashes. That's why I always give myself a lot of time for a filming day, because it just takes me so long to film. Is that eye now finished? I'm just gonna build in the middle of my eye once I have done this other eye. I am just doing the same as what I did on that eye, and I'm gonna make it very similar. I always start off with the outer corner of my eye and then work my way in with the eyeshadow in the middle. These brushes by Morphe are honestly so good. Can you see what I mean about how easy they blend? It's just really easy to apply your makeup with. I'm going to insert your emotions while blending my eyeshadow as well. I just feel like these eyeshadow palettes are just perfect for a bride makeup look. I've also used a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette as well, and used these two colours to go over a little bit just to make it a little bit slightly darker, because I find with the P. Louise eyeshadow palette it is a lot brighter, but I just wanted a little bit of a darker eye look. I am now going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Rose Gold Glitter Cream. I love this so much. It's such a good cream to use. I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to blend the cream in where I have missed like the eyeshadows on my eyes, as you can see. This Rose Gold Charlotte Tilbury cream is honestly amazing. I remember having like one years ago when I was like 15, and I didn't really know how to use it, but now I know how to use it and I'm honestly obsessed. Like, I generally use this like all the time for my normal eye makeup routine. It just gives off the perfect shine, and I really want to get all of the other collections to it as well, because it's just so good. Like, they do a gold one as well, and I really want to try that. For my glitter shimmer, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette, because look at the pigment inside. Honestly, I feel like this would be such a nice glitter. I'm going to go in with this shimmer here and just slightly tap it like this, and then just dot it everywhere. For my eyeliner, I'm going to be using an eyeshadow, because that is what I would have for an eyeliner look, because I just loved a winged eyeshadow. I'm going to be using this flat brush as well, just like an eyebrow brush but flat, and I'm going to be switching out Golden Dessert Morphe eyeshadow palette, because it actually has this darker shade here that I will be using just for the wing. Just shut my blind a bit because I feel like it was giving off a little bit too much natural light, but I'm just going to take my brush and I'm going to go as close to the lash line as possible on my lid and literally just darken that area up. I just love using a winged eyeliner as an eyeshadow, because it glows on so much quicker and it works so much better than a pen. I haven't used a pen in ages for my eyeliner on a natural base makeup look, because it's just so much easier. I would generally make the eyeliner more of like a darker eyeliner, because I would want my eyeliner to stand out more. I have also just added on a little wing, and I feel like it gives such a nice little touch. I also have put some underneath my waterline. I wouldn't want too much underneath my waterlines. Just going to do a little subtle wing like coming out. I wouldn't want too much of a wing though, because I'm not really a winged eyeliner person anymore, but I just feel like it adds a little something to this makeup, and I do really like the idea of a wing, but I feel like I need to get back into a wing. eyeliner now done, I'm going to be putting on these Doll Beauty individual lashes. I feel like if I was to wear lashes on my wedding day, I would definitely pick individual lashes because I just love the way they go on and look so natural. So I'm just going to put these on off camera because it would literally take me a whole video in one to put these on individually on film. Lashes are now on. That took me the longest time to put these individual lashes on, but the Doll Beauty lashes are one of my favourite individual lashes to use so far, and I've never used this. This is my first time using these Doll Beauty lashes and I definitely would recommend them. They are so good. I just used the top line and then a little bit of the middle line, and I just put them on the outer corner and then worked my way in the inner corner. I'm still figuring out how to use individual lashes as I've only just come across them recently, and I just love the way they look so much more. Like, this just looks so much natural rather than a full beam of lashes from like a different brand with like full lashes. That's why I just prefer individual lashes. It just makes such a difference within your makeup. I also like to add a little bit of mascara onto my eyes. I'm going to be using this MAC mascara that I got from Paris, and this is such a good mascara. I have been reaching out for this mascara a lot recently. I just love the applicator for it and I just love the way it makes your lashes look. So this is a new favourite. I remember wanting to try this for the longest time, so I'm so glad I brought it when I was in Paris. And literally just blend in my normal lashes with the false lashes, but I don't like to do this too much because I don't actually want to ruin the false lashes by doing this. I should really try and get used to putting mascara on first and then my false lashes instead of just like blending them all in, but I just find it makes it so much nicer when it's blended in. As you can see the difference, like it's more separated. I'm not really sure if it does make a difference, but I think it does make a difference. Going to put a tiny little bit onto the bottom of my lashes as well because I do want this to look like my bridal makeup look. I'm just so in love with these Doll Beauty lashes. I honestly can't get over them. They are really good. My eyes are now done. I love how they turn out. This is probably what I would do if I was a bride and I was getting married. I'd have a very subtle eyeshadow eyelid. It's time for my face makeup. That is one of my favourite parts of my makeup. I'm going to make this very soft and really nice and natural. I thought I would go in with a different foundation today. The foundation that I'm going to be using is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless foundation. I haven't picked this foundation up in a really long time because I've been loving my NARS foundation, but for this look I thought I would pick this foundation up. My foundation out with, I'm going to be using these Clomana marshmallow sponges. I have actually kept the packaging of these marshmallow sponges to show you guys what they come in because I never really show what they come in, and the set of 4s are back in stock, so I purchased 2 of them. I got this out of an exclusive live bundle as well, so I did get this in a free gift with the live exclusive bundle. The packaging for Clomana is honestly just so cute, and it just comes with 4 marshmallow sponges inside this little tube. I never want to get rid of the packaging because of how cute it is, but these are the marshmallow sponges. I would definitely be using this on my wedding day if I ever got married, and I just love these marshmallow sponges so much. They have generally been a game changer in the way I put my makeup. Dampened my marshmallow sponge a little bit. I don't wet them too much. I like it when it's dampened a little bit because I find if you wet them too much then it will just make your foundation all watery, but if you damp it a little bit it definitely does a little bit of foundation on the back of my hands, and then I will just blend it all in. I honestly love this foundation. I've had this for the longest time, and because I've been obsessed with my NARS foundation I just tend to not reach out for it as much. I will take my Doll Beauty blending brush, and I literally just put a little bit of it on my face like this, and then I will go in with my marshmallows. You just dab it like this, and as you can see, that all blended out in one. Honestly, it's just the perfect marshmallow sponge to use because it just blends out in seconds, and it just makes your foundation look so flawless. Like when I have used other beauty blenders in the past, it won't do as much of a good as job as these Claymana marshmallow sponges. And when I used to use a brush all the time, they would just leave like streaks in my foundation, whereas with the Claymana marshmallow sponges, it definitely doesn't do that at all. Honestly, it just makes your foundation so flawless. I can't explain what it does because it's just amazing. Like honestly, if you haven't tried them, you definitely need to, because then you'll see what I mean with how it blends out in seconds and it just makes your foundation look so flawless. Concealer, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, and I just feel like this would be a really nice concealer to use, and I haven't used it in a while. It comes like this. I still have quite a bit of this left. I'm going to be putting this on, and then I might mix my other concealer with it as well because I just love that concealer so much. All I do is put it underneath my eyes like this, and I'll just blend it out. I will also be using my other concealer too. I'm going to go in with the Last Ingredients concealer by Rimmel because I feel like I didn't actually have a lot of that Charlotte Tilbury concealer in the actual thing, because I think I just used it so much that I barely had any left, so we'll be going over and just putting this on top. I use this concealer every single day. It is such a good concealer to use. Blend my concealer out with, I will be using my Claymana chocolate box. This is back in stock now, which is so good because I can actually share with you guys the Claymana chocolate box. So this is what the chocolate box looks like. If you would have seen on my previous videos, you would have known that I always talk about these minis, and I'm so happy to have my hands on another set of minis. So this is what it looks like, and it's so cute because it's actually like a real chocolate. And the beauty blenders are called raspberry truffle, mint cheesecake, strawberry cream, fudge brownie, hazelnut cream, and then strawberry cream, and then fudge cream, hazelnut cream again, and mint cheesecake. You have some shape 1s and shape 2s. I really wish she brought out a shape 1 version in these minis, like the shape 2 that she has. So this is the chocolate box. This is what it looks like. How cute. I love the little bow, and you literally just pull the bow off like this, and then it is actually magnetic, which I just think is really cool, and I just love these boxes. This is what the minis look like inside the box. Honestly, it's just such a clever idea. Like, I love this idea so much. It's super cute. This is all of the minis inside. I'm just addicted to the minis because you can get it right in the inner corner of the eye and it blends out so well. I'm going to use the shape 1 because I just reach out for the shape 1 minis more than the shape 2. Just dampened my beauty blender slightly, and I'm just going to come a little bit closer so you can see what I mean with how good you can get the minis in the inner corner of your eye. Like, it just blends out like a dream. And look how well that blended out. Honestly, they are just perfect sponges. I actually didn't used to like the way I put my foundation on until I discovered the brand Claymana, and now I'm literally obsessed with the way I do my makeup. I generally get excited about putting my foundation on just because I want to use one of these sponges. It also feels so nice to use a new mini as well. Like, I feel like I've had my minis for so long. just look at how well it blends out. If you haven't already, you definitely need to try this brand because it's honestly amazing. I'm also going to add a little bit of glow to my face. I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I love this for a glow and just to put on when I'm doing my natural makeup, because it's just a nice staple to have in your makeup kit because of the way it generally just shines. It's the perfect flawless filter glow, and it just gives off that look like a highlighter look. Like honestly, you don't even have to wear a highlighter to make yourself look you have a nice glow. Maybe I'll do a video of just me putting this on without any foundation on, because honestly it's just insane. Like it just gives you that nice little touch if you don't want to wear that much makeup but you want to wear makeup. As you can see, again, I am using these marshmallow sponges just because I have used one already and I don't want to get rid of that really nice blend in my foundation. My contour, I will use a cream contour. I'm going to be using one of my favourite contours, and that is the Curve Case by Made by Mitchell. I love using this. I use this every single day. I'm just going to go in with a marshmallow sponge to use my contour with. For my blush, I'm going to be using two blushes, and that is the Dior blush. I generally want the whole set of these blushes because they are so good. I'm going to be using both of these. I'm going to be using the shade Rosewood and the shade Pink. Honestly, I got this when I was away in Paris and I've not stopped putting it down. I just love the Dior brushes, they're so good. For my brush, I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morphe brush just because my other brushes are actually drying because I cleaned a few of them yesterday. Normally I would use an Ariel brush, but I feel like this would do the job either way. I'm literally just going to put a little bit of that on, and then all I'm going to do is slightly put it on my cheeks. I don't want too much blush, so I need to remember not to go crazy because I always go crazy on the blush, because blush is one of my favourite things to use when I'm doing my makeup. I'm also going to mix this shade too, just to give it a little bit of a brighter pinky blush. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Mercier powder because I've been loving this powder. It was the Huda Beauty powder, but now I'm just obsessed with the L'Oreal Mercier powder as well. I'm also going to be using my Claymana powder puff because the Claymana powder puffs, if you haven't already, you definitely need to try. It honestly just feels like I'm putting a pillow on my face. I literally just tap that in and then tap a bit on the back of my hands, and then I will go ahead and put some on. Honestly, it just blends out your powder like a dream. I just can't describe how soft these powder puffs are, and I love a soft powder puff because a soft powder puff just makes your powder go on so much better, and it's really easy to apply. And I'm just going to come a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing and how well these powder puffs are. Put a little bit of bronzer on, so I am just going to go in with the Made by Mitchell Honestly Warm, and I'm just going to use my Doll Beauty blending brush to put the bronzer on. And I'm literally not going to go too crazy. I'm literally just going to put a little bit here and then a little bit around my contour area. I can't believe I almost forgot to put bronzer on, because bronzer is one of my favourite things to apply onto my face. I honestly go so crazy with bronzer because I love it so much. And this blending brush is honestly so nice to put your bronzer on. I'm putting on my highlighter. For my highlighter, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter and just the sculpting brush that I used for my concealer at the start of the video. This highlighter is the perfect highlighter and it's golden, and I love a golden highlighter. It's not too golden, but it's like also golden when it hits like the right light. As you can see, it's like silvery and golden mix, and I just love that combination so much. I'm not going to put too much highlighter on because, again, highlighter is one of my favourite things to put on my face. Just going to put a tiny bit on my nose and a little bit here. I'm also just going to add a little bit of this MAC Strobe Cream highlighter just to give off a little bit of a nice little glow. And I love this highlighter. It's honestly so good. It's like holographic and it's just so pretty. And I do actually need to find some more in the MAC store because I'm running out of this, and I use this sparingly because I'm going to be so sad when it's finished. For my lipstick, I'm going to be using this Pillow Talk Cheek and Glow blush, but you can actually use it on your lips, and this is by Charlotte Tilbury. I'm running out of this as well, and I honestly use this all the time in my makeup videos. I'm going to be so sad when this runs out because I can't seem to find this again either. Spray, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Setting Spray. This is a really good setting spray to use and it smells insane. I just love the smell of this. This is the finished makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this bride makeup look if I was ever a bride and this was what my makeup would look like. It was such a fun video to create and I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video.